Hello and welcome to Drug Dealer Simulator 2 on the PlayStation. Today we are going over growing sativa weeds and how to make hash. Let's get started. Alright, so here we are at the first stop, the sativa weed store. That's where you buy the seeds. You will not get access to this until you go through the quest line in Slough's Bay, where she'll tell you to talk to this person right here.
Hola.
So here we are, the sativa weed seeds. Now the difference between these two weeds, sativa and indica, is that sativa can only be grown outdoor and need one special equipment that requires for outdoors also use. There is no indoor equipment for sativa growing, and I'll show you where the equipment is in a sec. So here we are in the ghetto equipment store. You will not have access to his store either until you complete his fetching quest, which is to go to a warehouse around here, steal something, and bring it right back to him. It's fairly easy to do. Or you can head over to the ghetto equipment store in this region earlier on in the map, in the gameplay, and you can buy it from her. So again, the rack and the grow box does not work for the sativa because they all require indoors, and the sativa is only for outdoor growing. Here we are with the outdoor pot box, and yeah, this is the only thing that'll grow sativa seeds. There isn't an upgrade for it. Yeah, this is the only equipment. Remember to pick up a seedling box to make male and female seedlings. As for the drying portion, you can use a hybrid dryer or outdoor dry rack, so it's the same thing for the indica weeds. Let's head over to our hideout. So here we are at the jungle region. This is my base or hideout over here, and we have a backyard, pretty big backyard. So if you want to go full sativa, and you can. Now the difference between sativa and indica weeds: sativa, you'll get more weeds from growing than you would from indica. As for price wise, the customers pay the same thing, and you can sell sativa weeds to the customers. They treat both sativa and indica weeds the same thing. So if you try to sell sativa weeds, you can. Here we are, sativa. As you can see, the female will make about 200 of these things. The downside, it takes about like 55 minutes. Makes 300 grams of trash. Let's head over to the weed and see what the female does on the weed. Here we are. One female makes 80 of them, so as you can see, it does more than double the amount. 200 grams, but it does take less time to grow. You can make three of them at a time, and for outdoor you can only do 2 at a time. Now for the drying purpose is here. It's the same thing. They dry about the same and do the same amount of numbers. You can use indoor hybrid dryer, or the outdoor drying rack. So it's up to you. So again, for sativa, you will need the outdoor equipment, outdoor pot box, and that's about it. And make sure to get a seedling box to get male and female seedlings. Here it is. I think that's indica and sativa. Both do the same amount of work. They get male and female. Drying, same thing, hybrid or outdoor dry rack. Now if you're worried about crafting, they both produce the same thing. Like for example, here we are. the blunts were at the start. Remember, you started making blunts using indica weeds. You can use sativa; it'll produce the same thing. So yes, if you want to go full sativa, you can. Again, the difference is that sativa makes more weeds, and but they pay the same amount, and they take longer to grow, and you can only grow outside. Whereas weed, you can grow inside. It does less work, but it takes less time to grow. So up to you which route you want to choose to do. Now for making some hash, we're gonna go over to our journal. Here we are. We need to grind the raw weeds. Now, this is where some people get confused. It requires the raw product, the Inca flower or sativa flower, not the finished dry products. And you'll just need to remember to put them in your hideout stash or have some on you. You'll be starting off with either using the mortar or the coffee grinder because this is what you'll have access to at the start. There is also the analytic grinder and the microfine grinder. Both do, obviously, they do better work. The downside is that you need to progress through the storyline from Slouse Bay to this region and all the way down here, where they tell you to go talk to the colonel, and he'll tell you to go to the equipment store right here. This is where you'll find the two expensive grinders, and he will not sell you anything beforehand. So you'll have to progress through the storyline to access his equipment store. Once you have access, you can buy any of his merch right here. Analytic grinder, microphone grinder. These are pretty much the end game equipment. And as you can see, the industrial container, 500 gram, 500,000 substance storage. Pretty good. So we're gonna go over to our machine and make some cannabis powder. Now you can use Inca or Sativa, whichever one you want to choose. Sativa being the one that does double the amount, that gives you double the amount. Just grind into powder, it'll automatically go into your substance storage. Then from there, you'll want to go to your table. As seen on the recipe here, turn the powder into lump. And here, now we want to make the finished product, which is the hash. We have a few options: the kitchen stove, electric pressure, laboratory. It's up to you which route you want to choose. The big boy oven does use a lot of power and requires a pot to use, and it'll get the job done. Downside, just uses a lot of power. Lavatory does get the job done faster, uses only a little bit less of power, but yeah. And you also have the lavatory. Does a lot less work. And the pressure cooker. You can also, after you're done, you can also put it into your hot bar, the hash, and eat it too. Let's see what it does. It does take a few of them to get like an effect, so if you try to eat one, you won't feel it. you can see some of the effects. I might like 95% of it. Alright, so fairly easy to do. So to make the hash is for like the customers that request it. So as soon as you unlock Sativa, around that time you'll start getting requests from customers that'll want hash for special order from special clients. So yeah, remember during the powder process you will need the raw weed, which is the ones that are just freshly grown, not the dry, not the dry weeds. It won't accept those. To powderize them and then mold them into lumps in the table, and then finally cook them into hash in the laboratory bath or the oven. And you got some hash browns. I just call them hash brown. Alright, that's all there is to it. And I'll see you guys next time.